Welcome back, grade 7s. This is Subtracting Integers, lesson number 7, the final one in the series. This one is subtracting integers, but on a number line. And I promise you, this one is a lot easier than when you were doing it with the integer tiles. So stick with me on this one and you've got it. Let's get started. Now, when you were first learning how to subtract, we all know it's 7 take away 5 is 2. You would have pulled out the number line, and this is how we would have done it. So just like we did with the adding, you would first have modeled the 7. So you start at 0, take the number line all the way to 7, and then the second part of that question is to subtract 5. You would draw another line starting at the 7 and going right because you're subtracting 5, and you would end up at 2. So very basic example, that's how you do it. Now when you're subtracting integers, there is a trick. And once you remember the trick, you've got the rest of it. Now in this case, we have a question, positive 3 take away negative 6. Now here is the trick with subtracting. When you're subtracting integers, all you have to do is switch the signs and add the opposite. And this is what I mean. So here I have positive 3 take away negative 6. When I tell you add the opposite, you take the subtraction sign, switch it to adding, which is what I have here. And this is a negative 6, and I'm going to change the sign. So the negative 6 becomes a positive 6. And then I show this on the number line, which you already know how to do because we did it on a previous lesson. So you start out by modeling the positive 3. So you start at 0, go over to positive 3 because I want you to show that to me. And then afterwards, then you add 6 more. And now we have our answer, which is positive 9. Remember I told you didn't have to put the positive sign? So negative 3 take away negative 6 equals positive 9. And remember this little step. It's a quick shortcut, but it's really incredibly handy. Now, your turn. I want you to pause the video here and I want you to try this one out. Remembering what I just said, you're adding the opposite. So for this one, positive 2, take away positive 9. All right, I got the answer. So we're going to start off by writing down the question. So positive 2, take away positive 9. And remember, we're going to add the opposite. I think I've said that a lot already. So we'll take the negative and we're going to switch it over to a positive. And my 9 is a positive number, so I'm going to switch the sign and turn it into a negative. And now I'm going to show that on the number line. So I'm going to take that positive 2. I'm down here. So I start at 0 and I'm going to go over to the 2. And now I need to show a negative 9 on the number line. So I'm going to start at 2. And remember, negative territory, I have to head down my scale. I've got to go below 0. And we're going to go to the right 9 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I land on negative 7. And that is my answer. So when you get to positive 2, take away positive 9, my answer is going to be negative 7. And that's how you show it on the number line. And remember, when you're solving on the number line, you got to make sure that you're showing both numbers. All right? Don't take any shortcuts when you're doing this. Now here's another example. I want you to pause and try it out and see if you can figure it out. So positive 2, take away negative 9. All right, I've got the answer for you. So again, if you remember, when you're subtracting, you're adding the opposite. So here, I have my positive 2 take away negative 9. So I switch my negative over to a positive sign, and this is my negative 9. It switches over to a positive 9. So now I've switched the question a little bit. I've turned it into an adding. Positive 2 plus positive 9. We're going to show that part on the number line. So you demonstrate positive 2 first. Start at 0. Go all the way to positive 2. And then you show me the other number, which is a positive 9. We're going to add positive 9 to the number line. It'll take us all the way over to positive 11, and that is your answer. So positive 2 take away negative 9 equals positive 11, and there is your answer. So grade 7s, there you go. There's subtracting integers in a nutshell. Just remember the hint that I gave you. When you're subtracting integers, you're adding the opposite. Switch the negative over the subtraction to a positive, and whatever sign this is, you're always switching it to the opposite. Right? A really good shortcut, but it'll help you out next time. So good luck, and we'll see you when we do our next unit of math. Take care, guys.